vast expanse of Africa, a new era of entrepreneurship is dawning. With 1.2 billion potential consumers and a combined GDP of over $3 trillion, the continent stands as a beacon of untapped potential. Africa also boasts the world's highest rates of entrepreneurship, with more than 1 in 5 working-age Africans starting a new business and more than 3/4 of the youth planning to start one within 5 years. But for too long, African entrepreneurs and SMEs have operated in silos, facing hurdles in accessing vital resources, sharing knowledge, and establishing critical connections. That's where JamiiTrade comes in. JamiiTrade is a community-centric, peer-to-peer learning and networking platform designed for African startups, entrepreneurs, and SMEs looking to take advantage of opportunities enabled by the African Continental Free Trade Area, or AFCFTA. Founded in 2023 by Tiekie Barnard, CEO of Shift Impact Africa, JamiiTrade is more than just a technology platform. It's a catalyst for growth, learning, and success in the dynamic world of intra-African trade.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depends on where you are in the world. And thank you for watching this video. My name is Tiekie Barnard. I'm from the African continent. I was born here, I grew up here, and I'm growing old here. So the reason why I'm reaching out to you today to support our crowdfunding is that we are busy building a platform called JamiiTrade. Now, Jami in Swahili means community. So we are building this trade community, this peer-to-peer trade community for our young businesses on the Africa continent. Africa is the continent with the youngest population in the world. In 2022, our median age was 18.8. That means 50% of our people, and that is 750 million, is below the age of 18.8. There are no job opportunities on the Africa continent. Our young people are struggling. You know, in South Africa alone, the unemployment rate between the ages of 18 and 35 is as high as 61%. So what happens is that our entrepreneurs then start and try and find solutions for their communities and start their own businesses. So in 2021, the AU launched the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Now, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is a trade area like the European Union, and where now policies and practices are being put into place where businesses can cross borders and far more freely trade across borders. Now, if you look at entrepreneurs, there's two big challenges for them all the time, is new markets and then funding. So what we did is with JamiiTrade is that we tried to identify with young businesses to see how much do they know about the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. And there was a huge information gap that existed. However, we wanted to get, credible data on it. We worked with some researchers and they confirmed that our entrepreneurs are not familiar with the Africa Continental Free Trade Area and the benefits that it can bring to their business if they do trade across borders and break down those barriers of trading. So we set about 2 years ago, we started with this idea of creating this platform called JamiiTrade, where our entrepreneurs can speak to each other, across borders, where they can connect with each other, they can learn from each other. If I'm a renewable energy entrepreneur in Kenya and I can't get access to solar panels, I can reach out to my brother in Nigeria and say, listen, what is happening in your world? Where did you get your solar panels from? What was the cost of it? And try and learn from each other from that perspective. But more so than that, with JamiiTrade and this peer-to-peer community that we want to build, there is also going to be, to increase the capacity of our entrepreneurs so that they can build more sustainable businesses as well. So there's training, there's capacity building, there's webinars, there's creating working groups. There is connecting to each other. So what we're trying to do, we've done MVP 1 and we had our beta phase launch in March this year to get, people like yourself to support us. The vision for JamiiTrade is to create this platform where our young people can connect to the private sector, where they can connect to each other, to try and see how we as a collective can contribute to the sustainability of our younger businesses, but also to the sustainability of the Africa continent. So I'm reaching out to you today to say, please support us. Go to our website, www.JamiiTrade.africa. I thank you for listening to me, and I do hope that you make a contribution to our crowdfunding campaign. Thank you very much.